This is the scene we should be all waiting for from the books of Maccabees. It's by far one of my favorite scenes in Scripture. It is the height of drama. This is what convinced me their story. Like after I saw Passion of the Christ, I'm like, Mel Gibson, please produce this movie, the story of the Maccabees. This scene. It could be, I mean, when we hear it, it could be lifted, the monologue from any Oscar award-winning film. Right here you have the stakes are high, the villains are brutal, and the courage is almost superhuman. But the real power of the scene comes from the mother. This unnamed woman who delivers one of the most gripping, unforgettable monologues in all of Scripture. And I love how it's introduced. Right? This is what sets the scene. Right? Now picture this moment. Her 7 sons have been tortured and killed, one by one, right in front of her. Any Hollywood script would have her collapse in grief or lash out in anger, but instead, this is how the text presents her. Most admirable and worthy of everlasting remembrance was the mother, who saw her 7 sons perish in a single day, yet bore it courageously because of her hope in the Lord. Filled with a noble spirit that stirred her womanly heart with manly courage, she exhorted each of them in the language of their ancestors with these words. Right? If that doesn't hit you somewhere, wake up. And then she goes on to bring this beautiful monologue that would be on par with, it's like they may have our, they may take our land, but they cannot have our free. It's these moments like in film that you see, and it's like, she steps forward with this calm, fierce resolve. And so she's speaking to her last remaining son with a steady voice, reminding him and everyone watching that the king may think he has power, but only God holds life and death. Only God can create, and only God can raise up again. And again, her speech has everything a great film moment has: the tension, the emotion, the defiance, the unshakable hope. Think of those scenes where a character stands their ground, looks evil in the eye, and refuses to surrender their soul. That's what she does. Except this isn't a script. This is a real woman's faith, lived under unbearable pressure. And to me, this is what makes this one of the most moving pieces of Scripture. I come back to this time and time again, especially when I need to light a fire under me. Right? Because it's a reminder that the most powerful testimonies of faith aren't always spoken in comfortable settings. Sometimes they're born in moments when everything seems to be falling apart. The mother's courage becomes a beacon, not only for her sons, but for us. Because she shows us what conviction looks like. What it looks like when it's tested. What hope sounds like when it refuses to die. I don't know about you. Conviction, sometimes you don't, I don't believe someone's conviction in the face of it in an easy setting. It's easy to be convicted when there's no pressure, when there's nothing at stake. Conviction is really revealed when everything is on the line. What are we willing to bear? And we see this so beautifully, so magnanimously, right here. And now we may never face the kind of persecution she did, but we do face moments when we're tempted to compromise, to take the easier route, to go silent when we should speak up. And in those moments, this mother's monologue becomes a call to stand firm, to trust that God is bigger than whatever fear or pressure we're facing. And so her voice echoes across the centuries, not as a performance, but as a witness. And today, maybe as we reflect upon her noble spirit that stirred her womanly heart with manly courage, maybe it can invite us to live with the same kind of courageous faith that allows us to say yes to the Lord in any and all circumstances.